Alright, you know the deal with this. I'm going to make my top 50 movies list. I have a list of this on my Letterboxd account, so if you follow me on that, you probably know a majority of these, but I haven't updated that list in a while, mainly because I wanted to do this. And also, I will not be allowing sequels in this, much like I did with the 50 games, which I'm already to the point where I could update it, but I want to wait a bit longer, like, to where I'm not doing the same video back to back. So, let's get started. Number one, I think, has to be Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Like, much like Uncharted 4 for my top game, this is a movie that, like, really changed how I viewed, like, movies, what movies could be for me. And, like, I just remember that around this time, like, I was getting into watching stuff, and the types of movies that I was watching, like, I still like the majority of them, like even now, but I was watching a bunch of things like San Andreas, Skyscraper, that King Arthur movie. I was like watching movies like that, and not that I hadn't seen like really good movies. Like I had seen like no, I don't think I had seen Inception yet. I think that was definitely after. But like and it was just like I got this movie from like a gift. I got this alongside Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, and I had never seen any of the movies for Planet of the Apes or Mission Impossible before that. So like I watched Rise, in preparation for this, and I was astounded. And then Dawn was even better. So like I don't think that Dawn of the Planet of the Apes will ever change for me for being my favorite movie. But yeah, like for the longest time, my favorite movie was Venom, like the Tom Hardy Venom, and those movies will always hold a special place in my heart because of that. They were like, it was what my favorite movie was when I was getting into movies, but Dawn was the good one, the quality movie that I like was first shown. I think The Dark Knight, another absolute slapper. I've rewatched this movie like plenty of times, and the plot, it's just so well constructed. It's so airtight with how it moves from point A to point B. Like it's just so well crafted. It's such a great like crime thriller, even out, not even just a superhero movie. This was I originally watched this without seeing Batman Begins because I thought that Batman Begins was something completely different, because that was before I like encountered movies where the titles of the movies were completely different. It wasn't like a movie 1, movie 2, or movie subtitle, movie, and then movie different subtitle. It was like the first time that I encountered movies that actually had a completely different title entirely. That were like in the same series. Like Dark Knight Rises kind of cheats out a little, but whatever. Dark Knight, slapper of a film. And I think next up, Top Gun Maverick. This is like peak roller coaster ride right here. The action, so well done. And what I especially loved about it is the characters. Like all the characters were just really well done, and like they use like a Maverick, like his character like affects the story. It's not just the story. It's not like the story is happening and he reacts to it. Like he kind of moves a story along. Like he affects what happens, like a lot more than I expected that to happen. It's like I saw this in theaters with my family. Slapper of a film, banger, banger, banger. Yeah. Now let's get out of sequels. I'm pretty sure. I think I'll go Interstellar. Another Christopher Nolan movie. Another Titan film. And every time I've seen this movie, I have cried. The first time I watched it, I didn't I cried the most the first time, and then the other times I only cried at like the one scene. There's gonna be like spoilers for all these movies, like minor spoilers. I'm not gonna go too deep, so, but like regardless, the one scene where he's watching like his kids grow up, that scene has always gotten me. But yeah, this movie destroyed me, and it's so smart. It's so like, no pun intended, but like out of this world. It's such an experience. It's on a completely different playing field with this movie. And it's also the movie that when I've talked with people, it's been the most consistent with being someone's favorite. And albeit I've only met 2 people who said this is their favorite movie, but that's more than most other movies, which I only get 1 person. And Silence of the Lambs is gonna go up next. Actually, no. Silence of the Lambs won't go next. I know what will. But I'll go ahead and talk about Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs. I'll talk about these movies together, because 7. Where? Come on. 7. Yeah. All right. So these 2 movies, I watched them back to back in the same day. Like, I watched Silence of the Lambs, and then I immediately went over to 7. Two absolute, like, phenomenal police, like, investigation movies. I consider both of these as horror movies. Silence of the Lambs was originally sold as a horror movie. The book is put under the genre of horror. But then they marketed as a thriller, like they switched tactics so that they could, like, in hopes of getting more recognition from the, like, Academy or something, which ended up working. This movie has like an insane amount of awards. 7, just like, that was my first David Fincher film. Like, I heard about the concept, and I loved that idea of someone, of like a serial killer turning people's, like, a deadly sin against them. Like, he has this sort of like superiority on, like, almost like a playing God in seeking out judgment. The characters are great. The ending is phenomenal. Silence of the Lambs, like, just a great, like, just character in Hannibal Lecter. He is like, he's the only character that, like, that treats Sterling as, like, an equal, and he's the bad guy, and that's what's so cool about him. Like, obviously, like, John Doe in 7 is like really good, but he's in the background the whole movie. Hannibal Lecter's front and center in Silence of the Lambs. But when I first watched them, I liked Silence of the Lambs better. Looking back, I like 7 better. This movie, what, came out in the 90s, 1995, I think. This movie looked like it came out yesterday. It looks great. Yeah, just great detective movie, great, like, psychological thriller right here, or horror. Thriller and horror. Yeah, a horror movie can have more than one genre in it at the same time. Let's see. what's next? I know it's not next. I like have my top 9 like pretty secured. Think I think I'm gonna go Aliens or Aligns. Another just such an airtight film. Like what was her name? Ripley. Like Ripley's character and how she's affected by what they did in the first movie and how she responds to that in this one, where she is like where she wants revenge against just like the creatures in general. But then you also give her the maternal like softer side with Newt's character. Great visual effects. The scene where like the alien rises out of the water, super fluid movement. It looks very good. The one like that's the one thing that I've always kind of had a problem with for like practical monster effects is that usually the movements are very stiff because most of the time it's a guy in a suit. But it's just like that scene, like great puppetry. And I also remembered what is next, and it's Fallout. I did a rewatch of all the Mission Impossible movies in preparation for when Dead Reckoning was coming out. And I just remember Fallout. Like this one, like I've said it with a bunch of these other ones, but this one has the most airtight story, like just script. It's so well put together. It subverts your expectations. There's a lot of times where you think you know what's happening or think you know what's going on, but then the movie's smarter than you, which makes it more entertaining because you don't like it's more of a ride going from this way to this way because you didn't expect it, and it's just more entertaining. Fantastic stunts and everything, like the Halo jump. I think that like Henry Cavill as John Lark, I think was the name. I loved him in this movie. Lang or Lane. I think it was like he's fantastic in this movie as well. But yeah. And next up, Godzilla -1. I love big monsters. I love Godzilla. And there just wasn't really a movie that was like high quality, at least for me, that had a big monster, or like there are some that I think are well made, that I just have a strong love for, and we might get to some of those later. I don't know how much leeway we're gonna get with doing no sequels in this list, but this is just like, this plot is objectively great with a essentially failed kamikaze pilot who was too afraid of death, and the topics of honor with the main character as well as just the people in general was fantastic. You have the kid who didn't fight, or like who was too young to fight, and he's able to help and save the day. You have the main character, like both reclaim his honor in saving people because he failed to do that in the beginning, but then also just kind of like reclaim like honor in the sense of just being a father for the girl. But yeah, Godzilla -1, like, amazing film. And this is where I feel like I absolutely have to say this is my top 50. These are movies that mean a lot to me, connect with, or like relate with things that I just like personally. Like I like big monsters, so I'm going to like a movie that has a big monster with a with a well done story, rather than a movie with a story done just as well but without a big monster. Like that's something that I feel like a lot of people forget when people talk about their like top things. And like I think people forget that when they make their own things, their own like lists. But yeah, visual effects in this movie are stellar. Like the first atomic breath scene where all of his dorsal fins come out and then they slam it back in and he blasts everything. Phenomenal movie. Um I think I think next we might go. This is where my list, like my memory list, starts to kind of mess up a little bit. Um, Fallout might be above Aliens. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. But yeah, I think I think A Beautiful Mind will be next. This is a movie that I kind of saw without really like I didn't really know what I was looking to get from this movie. All I had heard was that one of my friends said that he really liked it, and another one of my friends said that it was good. It just wasn't that great. This movie is great. It is stellar. It is like the name kind of implies it a little bit, but this movie is weirdly beautiful with having not much happen in it. Like the scene that I always think about is when he's with the girl and he's making a constellation. Like there's things like that are just beautiful. They're just pretty. Um showing his mental illness is very very well done. Characters are great. I think that A Beautiful Mind is an absolute kicker. It's it's not the fastest paced. It's a slow movie. It's not long though. But A Beautiful Mind like is fantastic. Um I'm pretty sure that one's not my top 10 though. I think it might be like top 12 or something. So I might start looking at my list a bit prematurely, like my pre-made one. But I'll go ahead and throw in some ones that I think need to be in there. Birdman. I think this one's in like top 20. So I'll go ahead and put him there. That's 11. Oh, no. It's because I don't have these filled in. But yeah, Birdman. Birdman, another movie that I watched knowing very little about. And this movie, I think Michael Keaton's performance in this might be my favorite performance. It's either that or Heath Ledger's the Joker in Dark Knight. But like Birdman is just such a unique film. Though it's filmed to where it looks like it's in one camera take. So like it's unique. You have not seen a movie like Birdman. I like acting's great even outside of Michael Keaton. Like you got what's his name? Edward Norton. Edward Norton's a phenomenal actor, and in this movie he's great. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start looking at my list because I don't want to mess up anymore. Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right. A Beautiful Mind is number 10. Lincoln. This is my favorite Steven Spielberg movie right here. This movie, like, it has a Steven Spielberg magic. The way that like characters talk and stuff, like to to where like it's able to tackle very heavy subject matter, but it still kind of has that. It still has the magic to it, the endearment with the characters. Daniel Day-Lewis, if you would have told me they resurrected Abraham Lincoln from the grave and told him to star in a movie based off of him, I would have believed you, because Daniel Day-Lewis is Lincoln in this movie. And his acting performance is great. Like the now speech, amazing. Tommy Lee Jones in this movie, another good addition, another great addition. It's like a talkie movie, but it's riveting. Amazing film. Sticking with the L's, Logan, best Marvel movie ever. Just, it's such a good character study. Logan's character, Wolverine's might be like my favorite superhero ever. And this movie is just, it's perfect for him. It's so good. And the scene, like, you have some killer lines in here, like mainly from Professor X, where like there's like this scene when the family loses their horses, and Professor X like, oh, help him, Logan, and Logan's like, someone will come along, and Professor X is like, someone already has, like referring to him. And then like the scene, the part where they're with that family in the house is my favorite part, because it's just so human. That's what makes this movie so good, is that while it's a superhero movie, it's so human. It's about the people, not the superheroes. Him becoming like a father figure, another killer. Like, one of my favorite lines, period, is like, Professor X. It's when he's talking to. He thinks he's talking to Logan, but he's talking to the clone, like a X-24, I think it was. And he's like, it like they had a bad day, like not a day that I would want to have. And he goes like, tonight has been by far the best night of my life, and I don't feel like I deserve it. It's so good. It's so good. In a Marvel movie. Like, James Mangold is just a phenomenal director. Yeah, Logan, I could watch this movie a million times and never get tired of it. Like, I could see some of these other movies being ones that I get tired of, but Logan, I don't think I could ever get tired of that. Skyfall might be the perfect like spy movie ever. I wouldn't say like Mission Impossible is really spies. This is a spy movie. Skyfall is such a well crafted plot, great scenes, great memorable scenes, a fantastic villain. Like what was his name? Silva. He's very good. The way that his character relates to James Bond's character is just the cherry on top. The visual effects in this movie is beautiful. Great movie. I love the James Bond movies. Like, Mission Impossible and James Bond are my favorite like movie series. Yeah, fantastic movie. And I think Inception, if you like, kind of another like spy, like the more so heist movie. But this movie, like, I watched for the first time and immediately rewatched it with my family the next day. This alongside like Dawn of the Planet Apes was like my first exposure with like quality stories, and this was my first experience with like a well crafted like what's it called? what's unique to the movie, the angle, I guess, of just like tapping into someone's dream. Like that was my first experience with something that smart. Great movie. Is the top spinning? I say no, it stopped spinning. Um, and yeah, this is a movie that I think everybody should watch. Inception is a movie that will change you. But yeah. Uh, let's see. What will come next? Gonna glance real quick. Ooh, okay. I think, I think I'm gonna go Jaws. Like, this is a movie that shows if you build your characters up first and then have them go do it. But like, it's able to keep you hooked with sharpness happening at the beginning while it creates these characters. It gives them all reasons to be there, to be doing what they're doing. And then they go out on the water. Like, great monster movie. I watched Jaws 2. It's down here. And it's fine. This one is a perfect film. Speaking of perfect films, I'm gonna take that back. It's a flawless film. The way that I like rate movies is that I kind of stick with like the Letterboxd rating of like 5 stars, like an out of 5 rating. All these movies that are gonna be on this top 50 list are very likely gonna be all 5 stars. Maybe the bottom ones will be 5, like 4.5, and I'll say that if that happens. But then I have a kind of like a tier above that, which is just like perfect films, like 100 out of 100. Like something can be a 5 out of 5, and it'd be like, and it in reality be like a 4.8. That still like rounds up to a 5 star. And I think Dawn, Dark Knight, Top Gun, Interstellar, 7, Silence of the Lambs, Fallout, and Aliens, and -1. Those are the perfect 100 out of 100 movies for me. Just wanted to go ahead and let that out. A flawless movie does not mean perfect, because perfect is perfect for me. Flawless is like objectively flawless. I think Truman Show. Great character. The movie's about the character. Fantastic character. Like just another unique movie, way ahead of its time. Jim Carrey taking on like a dramatic role, but still being Jim Carrey is great. Truman Show is so good. Such a good movie. There's not really much I can say about it that hasn't been said already. Ooh. A Few Good Men. Ooh, this one might be above Truman Show for me. A Few Good Men. Like, insanely riveting movie of just a courtroom. Like, you kind of like have the basic character of like you got what it takes, but you don't have the discipline to do it. But it's just done so well, because he doesn't get the discipline until the end of the movie. Fantastic performances. Impactful. This movie's impactful. Yeah, I think that's good. I think we'll have to go Lord of the Rings, and we're gonna put Return of the King up here. All three of these movies, this one does not exist. Neither does Rings of Power. And Hunt for Golem's never gonna exist, or Gollum. But Return of the King, I'm doing extended cut because that's what I've watched. And Return of the King is just the perfect like fantasy movie. Visual effects aged phenomenally. Characters great. Like action amazing. Like this movie's got scope. This is great. Amazing like sound or like music score. Like I think is it my favorite score from a movie? I think I think I I kind of like decided that for myself, but I couldn't tell if I would have chosen like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars have some like banger soundtracks. I'd have to think about that. Maybe I'll do like a short video talking about that. Yeah, great movie, aged incredibly well. Um, yeah, and then we'll go with IMDb's favorite movie, Shawshank Redemption. Another just like stellar movie. Great characters. Another movie that feels like it could have come out yesterday. Like it looks great. Like Lord of the Rings, aged very well. Does not feel like 100% feel like it could have come out yesterday. Like some of the visual effects, I think people like could go like, oh, that looks like not that it looks bad. It just doesn't look new. This looks new. This looks brand spanking new. Like no decay on this puppy. Shawshank Redemption, great characters. One of the few movies where the narration makes the movie better. Great scenes. I'm gonna be saying great a lot. I'm gonna have to open a thesaurus. Impeccably good. I think and then like Birdman will go there. I'm pretty happy with that. District 9. Super slapper. Super duper slapper. Wang bang diddly bang slapper. Cool, great alien designs, great visual effects for the aliens, especially with the budget that they had, which was like pennies they scraped off the road, basically. And it's just like it's a movie that's able to hold up a mirror of the horror of concentration camps to where the audience goes like, that's horrible what they're doing, and it just and it's like holding up a mirror of what we've done in the past, and like it executes that theme so well with the main character. I think the description of the movie says like as he becomes an outsider to both worlds, like, and like that's what makes it so good. Him being an outsider to both worlds executes the theme amazingly. But yeah, a movie that I was actually not the biggest fan of when I first watched it, like District 9, and I think Aliens. Like when I first watched them, they were a lot lower. District 9 was like very low for me personally, and Aliens was like what would now be like a 4 out of 5. But just movies that I've looked back on and like rewatched. Amazing movies. And if you can tell, Steven Spielberg's one of my favorite directors. Jurassic Park, another flawless movie. I've recently finished the book. Do I think that the movie is better than the book, or that the book's better than the movie? No. They are both very good. They go in different directions. Is the book more horrifying? In some cases, yes, but I'd say overall, like I don't think that the book, me personally, like goes all the way down to horror. And to be honest, I like Alan Grant's character in the movie better. something that's said in the book is like he always likes kids or something like that, and that's why he protects the kids. That's still like a good character. He's got more to him beyond that, but in the movie, he doesn't like kids. So when he has to protect kids, that's more interesting. That's more interesting to me at least. And him coming to love the kids, like that's what I think. Like that's what I think was the biggest like improvement, I quote unquote, or like just like decision difference that made the movie like very good. You've got other things like also some more like visual effects that have aged fantastic, great score. Yeah, Jurassic Park, Titan film, super slapper. But let's see what would come next. I think I'm gonna go Pirates of the Dead Man's Chest. Yeah, the Pirates movies are great. There's nothing like them. They have a very consistent feel. Even with 4 and 5, they still have that feel, that kind of like that fun swashbuckling adventure adventure over the seas. And I think Dead Man's Chest does it best. It has the best plot of all the characters. Every single character wants the heart for their own reason, and it's just a race to it. Great visual effects. You don't even see Davy Jones until way later in the movie. Like when I rewatched it, I forgot how long it actually takes to get to Davy Jones. Like time wise, but it doesn't feel like it takes. It doesn't feel like it takes forever. He's still like a very prominent character in this movie. Like great villain. The Pirates movies, I love them dearly. I don't like 4 or 5. They're fine. They're watchable, but that's just due to them being Pirates movies. And I hope that 6, if they ever end up making it, goes back to what 1 and 2 did. I really like 3. I really like At World's End. At World's End would probably be in maybe not my probably not my top 100, but like top 150. Like I still absolutely love that movie, but like for them to continue on the series, I think 1 and 2 would be the best way to do it. And then I think 300, the most testosterone fueled movie. This movie is just one where you go, hell yeah, this is cool. It is just rule of cool over everything. I think like it's got a pretty simple like story to where like there's not really, and since because it's so simple, there's not many faults with it. Visual effects, astounding. I love Zack Snyder movies when they're good. I don't really like how he tries to do certain things, but when he applies his vision to something, I love that. Another like stylized movie, Scott Pilgrim. This might be, it's my favorite comedy easily, but like one of the just funniest movies, and like the story's really good too, of just like you like the whole point when you go and like date someone, the whole point isn't to be better than who they've dated previously, it's to move on from that. And also just like the whole idea of like at the end he gets the power of love, but then he loses, and it's the power of self-respect. Like that's what he needed. Like just throughout the movie, hilarious, great, just like quotable lines. It's just a blast. Scott Pilgrim's so good. And And I think I might go. I think I'm gonna go Joker. Joker, like this is just a genuinely really good story. I think this is like objectively great. I don't see how some people kind of like look at this movie and go, it's just like it's just like a Martin Scorsese's clone, or like Martin Scorsese's Light. And like I could see why you would compare it to Martin Scorsese's with like Taxi Driver and King of Comedy and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say that's light at all. This movie's great. How he becomes Joker is such a cool and interesting journey in this movie where like he loses pretty much every piece of his identity and the only thing that's left is him being called a Joker from his hero. Great movie. And the next one, these are probably interchangeable, but the Batman, this was one of the few movies that when I watched it, it was actually like the only one where I thought, oh, is that better than my favorite, being Dawn? Ever since this became my favorite movie, this is the only movie that's ever made me question that. And so like you probably expected to be a bit higher. A lot of these movies are just, they're all so good. These are all great. Some are watch lists right here. But the Batman, it's a 3-hour epic. It combines a lot of things that I love. Detective, Batman, 3 hours long, but doesn't like waste its time. Like for Matt Reeves, the director, great movie, great villain. It takes influences from Seven, but it makes it work for itself because while like Seven used a lot of the crime scenes to build up the detectives, but this uses the crimes and the crime scenes to develop like their villain as well. Beautiful movie, gorgeous film. I can't wait for part 2. And side tangent, since we talk about part 2, do not update me when a movie is coming out until you're sure that it's coming out then. I would have been fine if I wouldn't have heard any news about the Batman Part 2 until like next year. If I would have heard nothing about it and then next year I hear something, I'm perfectly fine with that. That amount of wait for sequels is not, it's not out of the ordinary. It's kind of normal for quite a bit of movies. But yeah, like that's just my opinion. Yeah, John Wick 4. Another beautiful movie. Fantastic action. All the John Wick movies, like from 1 to Ballerina, great action choreography. It shows you what's happening. There's stylization. It's fun. Like there's like funny moments that don't break anything. Like the feel or the tone of the movie. Like it's just something entertaining. Like in chapter 3, the knife shop fight. Like him throwing the 1,000 knives into the dude's back. It's funny. It's fun. You laugh at that, but it doesn't break the tone, and that's what I think all the movies did very well. Yeah, John Wick 4. Fantastic end. This is the only way that this movie this series should have ended, and it was the best way to do that. I really I know that they're making a chapter 5 because these movies make bank, and I really hope that chapter 5 doesn't cheapen 4 at all. I think John Wick's Incorporation and Ballerina was like good. Like it didn't cheapen this movie at all. So I hope that if they ever get around to making 5, that they don't do that. Yeah. Let's see. Um, I think. Oh man, I think I'm gonna go Mad Max Fury Road. Mad Max Fury Road, as well as like Furiosa, supernatural level of like action. It's I love how quickly this movie gets going. But it doesn't cut corners. It's just it's got like that classic feel to it almost of like just like it was like the way that events play out. I like memorable characters. You'll see a bunch of like Immortan Joe's children, and like there's that one guy who gets blinded by the light, and he's like, "I am the scales of justice," as he's holding up 2 guns. Like absolute every character is a scene stealer in this movie, and they're so memorable, and they're there for like a minute. So good. So good. Furiosa is another banger, but I think Fury Road takes it. And then I think I can't tell if I want to go Knives Out or Godfather next. Let me go ahead and put them out. Knives Out. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'll say Knives Out is better because I'm more likely to rewatch that. So I'll talk about that one first. Knives Out. Like that's another movie that subverts your expectations, but it also turns the whole whodunit idea on its head out at the front gate, where it's like it's not a whodunit, it's a she-done-it. But there's still like a mystery element to it. It's still entertaining. Fantastic cast. Really good score. And every time I rewatch this movie, I notice something new. I notice another setup and payoff. Like there's the part where Thrombly, I think, the guy who dies, where he's like you don't even know if you're holding the stage knife or the real knife, something like that. And that ties to what happens at the end, where Ransom like grabs one of the fake knives to stab Marta, but it's fake. Great movie. And Godfather, I think is objectively the best movie. This is objectively the best story ever made. This has the best. This has the best acting throughout the whole movie. Like some of these other movies, like they have great acting with like central characters, usually like 1, 2 to 3, maybe 4 or 5 if they're lucky. Everybody in this movie is fantastic. Every single person. Perfect film. But this is my subjective taste. So I think like obviously Dawn of Planet Apes is the best movie. But like objectively, just like with story writing, Godfather is the best. Hands down. And I think The Thing, what a well put together paranoia horror movie. Great like effects with the monster, and I think that's one of the things that makes the movie work so well, is that the whole nature of the beast, the alien, the thing, with how it changes forms, and that there's such good creature design with each of the forms. It makes the scenes stand out and they're more memorable, like because the creature's different. It looks different and does things different. Like there's a scene where he bites the dude's arms off like with the stomach, and then the head like comes off and like skitters away. But then there's a scene where like when they're testing the blood, like they figured out a way to figure out who's infected and who's not. And then like the thing, like the dude's like head splits open like that and he throws the other guy on the ceiling. It's more memorable because it's different. It's fresh. It keeps reinventing itself. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go Scream right before it. Obviously, I think that these two are horror movies, and if I don't think this is a horror movie, I would say Jaws is also a horror movie. But if we go horror movie, and no one's gonna disagree that's my favorite, or that's a horror movie, it's gonna be The Thing, and right behind it is Scream. Just like it's a perfect movie for like horror fans. The way that it pokes fun at itself while not breaking it, while not breaking like reality. It's a fun movie. Like I think a lot of horror forgets to be entertaining, and Scream does this so well. But it doesn't lose you. It doesn't break the tone. It doesn't break the atmosphere. It's just something extra that blends in well. Um, but yeah, I think this is a super underwatched movie. A Monster Calls, great movie, and I think like as soon as you're able to like you're able to understand like more like serious stories, you could watch this movie at any age. I think that goes above Scream. Liam Neeson as the monster is the best decision I've ever heard. He's so good. It just like I read the book. The book is fantastic, and the movie is like super faithful to it, while not just being like I don't think that the movie's even just like a scene by scene with the book. Um, amazing, amazing story. Beautiful with how it tells the stories. Some really banger transitions. Just a great drama with uniqueness to it. Um, I think Doom Part 2. Oh no. Um, I think Doom Part 2 might go there. The Dune movies just have thematic richness, which I dig. I dig a lot. And Doom Part 2, great score, and just has impact with everything. Everything is so memorable because it hits you. Amazing cinematography, visual effects, flawless. Just a great story that is hopefully coming to an end sometime soon. Um, Best Western. This goes. Ooh, God. I think you go here. Yeah, Tombstone. Best Western ever. Great cast of characters. I love movies. I love shows where there's a group of characters to it. Like Tombstone, I think just does that the best for like any western. Um, Memorable lines like "Tell 'em I'm coming" and "Hell's coming with me." Really good. Love this movie. This is a dad movie right here. Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer. Ah, crap. No. A Monster Calls is really good, I promise. Dang it. Oppenheimer, weirdly extremely cinematic for courtroom meetings and people talking. Weirdly cinematic. Really good cinematography, fantastic score, great performances, amazing film. I do think it runs a little bit out of steam after the bomb drops, and then it shifts to Robert Downey Jr. trying to destroy him. I think it runs a little bit low on steam there, but it starts to get up. Ends fantastically. Slapper, absolute smacker of a film. Whiplash, great movie. J.K. Simmons in this movie is the scariest human being I've ever seen. He's so good, but it's just what I think what makes a lot of movies super interesting is when you have a character, like you have a character, like the way that their character is built just feeds into how another character is built, where it's like it's he's an abusive like teacher, and it's like a stubborn student, or like not abusive, but like just impossible to please teacher, and a student who will never forgive, who will never give up. Like their characters just feed into each other, and it makes for just a great, very simple like narrative. I think 21 Jump Street. This movie is going up way more. I think it goes up here. 21 Jump Street is a hilarious film. Another just like extremely memorable film from scene to scene. I love the characters. And like 22 is really good too. It's just a fun ride. Very, very funny. Characters who have character arcs with very short, shortly developed characters. Like they immediately get their development in like the very first scene, and it pays off so well in the end. I think WALL-E. WALL-E. This is my favorite animated movie ever, as you can tell. I watched this movie a lot as a kid. It's super important to me. I built this little guy recently. Love WALL-E. It's got like that classic movie feel to it. Like old like 40s 50s movie feel to it. It's just so delightful. One of the best love stories genuinely ever told. Great. I love WALL-E so much. I think I completely forgot about this one. Wolf of Wall Street. I know of a bit of a shift. Wolf of Wall Street. Ooh, that one goes up high. I think here. Think above Dune. Wolf of Wall Street. Another just entertaining movie to watch. Everybody's just naturally entertaining in this movie. And it moves by fast. You get a lot out of this movie. Like Martin Scorsese, like he likes to make the same movie a lot with like mob movie. And they're all good. They're all great. But then he'll make like a different movie, like Departed and Wolf of Wall Street, and they're and like those ones are absolute bangers. Wolf of Wall Street, super entertaining, super good movie. Um, I think up Social Network. That's not how you spell social. Another super movie. Yeah, I think it goes above Whiplash. It's just so interesting seeing how it came to be. Like I would never have expected that this is how like Facebook came to be. And it's so good. It's like another riveting movie of something that really shouldn't be riveting. Andrew Garfield is fantastic in this movie. And just like another like weirdly entertaining movie about something that should be boring as frick. Um yeah, I think oh man, I completely forgot Creed. I've watched all of the Creed and Rocky movies. I like Rocky. I don't love it as much as a lot of people, but Creed. Oof. I think you go up there. Creed is great. Creed only works because of Rocky. I want to make that very clear. Rocky is very important to like just movies in general, Sylvester Stallone, and to this movie. Creed is super well done. I think I just like seeing what's his name, Adonis. I like seeing Adonis's journey. That one resonated with me more than Balboa's journey did. Great movie. 2 is almost just as good. I could see some situations where 2 would be better. I think that like Adonis and Rocky's relationship is very well done, like in 2 as well. I don't think that Rocky needed to be in 3. Like I do think it would have helped, but I think this movie could have worked without him. Like and still be fantastic. But yeah, let's see. The Prestige? Is that how you spell it? Yeah. This was a movie that I watched. Yeah. Yeah, you go right there. This is a movie that I watched that day. I did not know that it was a Christopher Nolan movie until like the credits rolled, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, this is a spectacle movie. You have super pull like opposite types of characters where like they go about the same thing in different ways. And I love the differences between them. The twist is really good. I wasn't like blown away by the twist. I kind of saw the cloning twist coming, but the twist of having 2 people play the like for the other guy was really good. Self-destructive obsession. I love movies about that. That's what Whiplash is. Like some other movies. Like A Beautiful Mind, you could even say this. Birdman especially. I love those types of movies. Ooh, another one. Lord of War. They're supposed to be making like another one called Lords of War. And the description was like it's him and his son in kind of like a friendly rivalry. Oh yeah, there's the poster. I and I really like that idea, but I don't think you could ever recreate this movie. Another movie where the narration makes the movie better. Oh, I think Lord War might go above Whiplash. We're still in like 5 stars, by the way. Um, yeah, Lord of War, great movie. It's a really good poster. Of like him made out of bullets. Yeah, really good. I love stories about someone doing something bad, like for a good reason or something, but like and they get their comeuppance in the end. Like Breaking Bad, um, stuff like that. And I think Nosferatu. This one. I think this is the newest movie that's going to be on my list. But Nosferatu, I dug this movie. The setting, costume design, Orlok himself, the way it's presented, the camera work with like the work of shadows and stuff like that, transitions from one place to another. Fantastic movie, super cool. When the scares happen, the movie goes like up to an 11 really fast. Great movie. Great performances. Like this is a Johnny Depp's daughter. She was amazing. Um Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Uh th- this one for the longest time was my favorite animated movie before I rewatched Wall-E. Just another like another movie where it's got like to me it's got like that modern classic feel to it of the story. Like it's timeless. It's the timelessness of it. It can it can be watched at any time. Great movie. Super stylized, super unique with its animation. Really good like playlist going on with this movie. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of like Sunflower as a lot of people are. But yeah, another movie that I could just watch 1,000 times over. I think, yeah, Wreck-It Ralph. Another one of my absolute favorite animated movies, let alone movies ever. I loved this movie as a kid, and then I went and saw the second one, and I liked it. And then as time went on, I was like, it was fine. It has some good things in it, but you can never top this one. Super, super good movie. So good. And another great animated movie. Another just like timeless movie. Lego movie. A kid's imagination. It taps into being a kid in all the right ways. The like the like dad and son ending to this movie is so good. It's funny. It's very funny. It's so good. Like this was I feel like this was one of the first like actually like uniquely animated movies because it was made to look like actual Legos. They turned down the or like they turned down the frame rate to look like stop motion. Like fantastic movie. Uh, Very similar with like a Scream where it kind of like pokes fun at what kind of story it is of like another chosen one story. Super quotable. Fantastic film. And I think, oh man, I can't tell if I want to go. I can't tell if I want to go Schindler's List or How to Train Your Dragon. I think we're gonna go How to Train Your Dragon. That's just a movie that probably the movie that I've seen the most. Not the live action one. I could quote this movie. I could quote so many parts from this movie. This has the best score. That's it. I remember this is my favorite score out of any movie. And I remember just like it had been a long time since I rewatched it. And we had like a TV in my family's van. And my sister, she loves How to Train Your Dragon. She started playing it. And I usually don't watch movies there much because like I was off driving on my own. But then there was this one time where the movie started and I was in the van. So I like tuned in and just like the lines of dialogue, specific sounds, the way people talk, it immediately brought back so many memories. How to Train Your Dragon, super, super important to me. But yeah, I think some other like movies to mention, but I don't think they'll crack this top 50 would be like, I mean like there's quite a bit of sequels. The other Lord of the Rings movies, Mission Possible, like Rogue Nation, Dead Reckoning, um, the first Pirates of the Caribbean, John Wick, like John Wick 2, I think, Furiosa, Creed 2, like a lot of sequels like the Alien, the other Planet of the Apes movies, Batman Begins, like a lot of sequels like that. Uh, like a just I just won't put them in here because I want it to be a bit more different. But like you heard me earlier, Schindler's List, like the Django Unchained. I think those might be the only like 5-star movies that I have outside of sequels to these and these movies. Blade Runner 2049, like another super close but not quite. Yeah, I think here I'm gonna look at this list over a bit longer, see if I'm happy with it. Transition. All right, I moved some things around. How to Train Your Dragons up more as just like talk about how important it was to me. Um, think like Turn of the King came up. Nosferatu went up because like something I didn't mention. Nosferatu is a movie that I've thought about the most since I've seen it. Like I remember that just in the next 2 months, I would constantly just think about this movie like while like driving or anything. Um, but yeah, these are all top 50 worthy. I think something that I wish I would have mentioned with the top 50 games is that I was wanting to make that list because it was like to compare what my top 50 games was at that time, and then I could compare it to later. Because something is that when I made that list, I wouldn't say that like the majority of those were top 50 worthy. Like maybe the majority, maybe like the first 30, maybe at least 20 were like top 50 worthy. And there's a lot more movies that are top 50 worthy, but there's just more than top 50 to them, if that makes sense. But yeah, all these 5 stars, this all the way up to um -1 are perfect 100 out of 100. The rest of these movies still like 5-star, like give 10 out of 10. Fantastic movies. Summer watch list. I hope that I introduce you guys to something new. But yeah, all right. That's about it. Bye bye.